This episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by Domain.com. Today on FilmRiot, we take a look at some new mics and talk about some audio because that's what we're doing today.
Straight up now, tell me, do you really want to love me forever?
No. Welcome to FilmRiot, the show that takes the mystery out of the effects and techniques, going to some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Harley. And recently, I've got my hands on the new Rode Link lav mics. I've been using them for about a month now, and I've really been laving them.
Oh, God.
Do you get it?
Really?
Because they're lav mics?
Obviously.
I'm laving them because they're lav mics.
We probably just lost like 10 subscribers.
But since I've been laving them so
my
much,
God.
I decided to give this great system some lav on today's show.
F you, man.
Deal with it. For a long time now, I've used the Sennheiser G3 as our lav of choice. It's a great system that I've been very happy with for the most part. But for the type of work that I use it for, it seems needlessly complex in some ways. But now I have this new lav system from Rode called the Rode Link, which, like I said, I've been testing for over a month now. And no, this episode is not sponsored by Rode. We are not getting any money for this whatsoever. I really think all the things that I'm about to say about this thing, I love their products.
Oh, come on, man.
Nailed it. The body of the Rode Link is plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap or flimsy at all. You have the transmitter and the receiver, of course. With the receiver, you have the screw lock mic that comes with the system and the belt hook mounting thingy.
Great job, man. Nicely done.
Really?
Not at all.
You can also add a cold shoe mount to the receiver if you want it. Then back here, we push the slide to reveal the gain and pairing settings, then pull a little bit farther to reveal the AA batteries. Then you have the power button, of course, which also doubles as the mute button if you press and hold it for a half second. And that's it for this pack. Super simple, which is just lavely.
For God's sake!
Next, we have the receiver, which just like the transmitter has a cold shoe mount to easily mount onto your camera, but you can also remove that and just use the belt hook mounting thingy.
Nailed it again.
Why don't you go and and once you have the hose, you
I have no problem with that.
Fair enough. Also, like the transmitter, you pull down the back of the receiver to reveal the gain control and pairing, then pull a little farther to find the batteries. On the front, we have the digital display. On here, we have the readout for both battery levels on both of the packs, so there's no need to have to go and check the other one that's attached to the Performer. Then audio levels and mute indicator, and finally, the channel selection. Next to this, we have the mute button. You can mute and unmute the transmitter right from here. And then you can even lock the mute so that it can't be accidentally muted by your Performer. You can also swing up to 8 packs at the same time. To set up the channels on these packs, we go to the back of the receiver, hit the pairing button, then choose the channel you want, move over to the transmitter and hit the pairing button there, and you're good to go. So simple. It's so lavely.
You're a real piece of shit.
Can I show you something?
No.
And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I've been using these as our main lav mic for about a month now, and I'm really loving it. So far, I'm liking it just as much as the quality that I'm getting from my G3, except this system goes for $400 on B&H, whereas the G3 is $629. Couple that with the fact that the Rode Link is far more intuitive and convenient when doing run and gun or one-man band type stuff, and I think it ends up beating out my G3. The only caveat is that I do prefer my Sennheiser ME2 mic over the one that comes with the Rode Link, so I've been using that mic with the Rode Link pack. Both mics are really solid, but I do like the sound that I'm getting from the ME2 just a touch more. Domain.com is where I've been registering my domains for years, and now—
Hi, Ryan.
What?
Hi. Welcome to Domain.com ad. Glad to have you here.
But now they have .club action. .club is universal and understood globally, and not just in the US. It's perfect if you're building a new business site or naming your film startup, because if you think about it, any business or new idea really is a club. The internet's all about community and collaboration, which makes .club perfect.
Yeah, it does.
I don't need your help.
Got your back.
I appreciate that. Go to domain.com/club to register your .club domain name. They're $9.99 a year, and thousands of great options are still available. And of course, make sure you use the coupon code FilmRiot to save 25%. It'll save you money. Let them know you heard it from us. When you think domain names, think domain.com.
25%.
You know what I love?
What?
When you're quiet. Since we released that Dave.club ad last week,
Meet Dave.
we've had a few questions about how we did some of the audio effects like this.
Really hates when people don't use .club. I mean, it's only $9.99 a year and 25% off with the coupon code FilmRiot. It just makes sense. These people must pay, Dave. These people must pay.
Which are all actually very simple effects to pull off. First, with all the voiceovers in this ad, I wanted to do something that made it a little more full. So inside of Audition, I doubled my voiceover track and then set the top track to be panned 100% toward the left speaker and the bottom 100% toward the right. Then I EQ'd each slightly different from the other. That way I would get this bigger sound to it that was also a touch different than normal. Then to do the angry voice, I split the clip where I wanted that to start happening in my dialogue in the top track, then added pitch shifter to just that one clip, not the track. Then inside of here, I set semitones to -0.2, sense to -100, and overlapping to 41.6. Then I added a fade between the clip that did and didn't have the effect so it would feather in, and there we go.
And 25% off with the coupon code FilmRiot. It just makes sense. These people must pay, Dave. These people must pay.
Then another question was about the degraded audio in that same episode. If we throw the lip sync off and degrade the audio a bit, and all of this would have been a bit too far for what we were going for. I did that one all in Premiere, just brought in an EQ, pulled all the lows way down, took the mids way up, and the highs down too. Gives us this super muffled sound. Then I added a phaser and tweaked the settings until I was getting a subtle, muffled, slowly oscillating sort of effect. And then a distortion to add subtle dirtiness to it, and that was it. Really simple. One good thing that you could do when you first start using an EQ. I didn't sneeze. When you add the EQ, I didn't sneeze. Grab points in the band and raise them way up. You'll be amplifying that frequency to see what it is really doing. Go through and find the problems, then bring them down. Or in this case, you're finding the problems so you can amplify them within the EQ.
God bless you.
I didn't sneeze. And that's it for today. Hopefully you really loved this episode.
You're ruining both of our careers.
If you want to show me some love on Twitter, you can do so right here. And I'll see you guys next week when I go invisible and a little bit nuts.
I hope you're ashamed of yourself.
I'm not.